Hey everybody. Well, I am going to start trying to paint one of these boosters for the main backpack. And what I'm going to do, like I did with the megaparticle cannon, is I'm going to add some white primer first, and then this Krylon Bawas gold color. And so, in order to do that properly, I'm going to need to mask off the outside of the booster here, so that the paint will only go on the inside detail. So how do I do that? Well, I could use masking tape and hope I can wrap it around here and close off the area well enough that no paint's going to get in. Or I can use blutack. That's right, blutack is actually a versatile masking material. And it's pretty simple, actually. It can take a little work trying to get it all right, but you basically apply it like a type of clay or a putty. You just wrap it around all this outside area. I mean, that's basically the idea. And the advantage of this is that unlike tape, which you have to measure and cut and trim and fit just right on the first go, this can be molded and shaped any way you want. And like, see, there's this lip edge of the booster. That's the limit of where I don't want the paint to be. So how are you going to get tape that thin to go around such an edge? You're not. So what's better is to use the blutack and use like a little, it's just like a little metal pin here, and I just sort of form it to the edge like so. And it takes a little doing, but it's probably only about as much work as actually using masking tape like this. But it gives you a better degree of control in very tight spaces like this. And it's reusable. If you spray paint on it, you can still twist it between your fingers and stuff, and it will still be usable after some of the paint has kind of disappeared within the blutack. In fact, I've already used this stuff in painting, well, like the megaparticle cannon and such. And there's really no trace of the yellow paint in there. So I'm going to continue to work this around, get it all fitted up properly and everything, and then I'm going to go spray it with some primer, let that dry, then add some of the yellow paint, let that dry, and then I'm going to do my inking in here. And I've shown all of this before in the previous tutorial videos. So I'm just going to come back and show you guys what it'll look like when I'm done with that. Here it is, all masked and ready to go. See, I can clean up the edge like that and make sure that the paint only goes where I want it. Well, now that that primer is drying, I figured I would show you guys how I'm going to do the eye of the Sazabi. Normally you would just apply a sticker, green sticker, to the end of this little nub here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my own custom green, neon green. And just a little bit of background about these paints to anyone who isn't familiar with them. These are apple barrel craft acrylic paints. They are water-based, and these are just regular paints that happen to be in the neon spectrum, and that means that if you shine a black light on them, they will glow. And I mean, these paints are just like any other of the same kind of paint you'd find. Like, this is a cardinal crimson, but this doesn't glow under black light because it's a standard color. It doesn't have neon in the name. So when you are looking for paints that will glow under black light, look for the word neon or fluorescent in the name's title. But anyway, you could probably find these paints at most arts and crafts stores. If you know about Michael's or Joann Fabrics, those are two stores that I know will have this type of paint, and more than likely they'll have neon colors. You could also try searching at Walmart at their arts and craft department, and you will probably find these paints. But anyway, enough about the paint. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, as a mixing dish, just this top cover for a Pringles can. I mean, I've been using this for years. It works well with this kind of paint. And I'm just going to find a ratio of paint that I think works better. Now, I want this green to be predominantly yellow, so I'm going to add 3 drops of yellow and 1 drop of blue to start, and see how that goes. So first, what you want to do, shake the paint up, pop open the top like this, and you just make sure you got 1, 2, 3 drops. Cover it up. Shaking up the blue now. Same procedure, and we're just going to do 1 drop. Now, I'm just going to mix it up. And as you can see, it's starting to look rather green. And just as a mixing stick, I'm just using a cut-off piece of a Gundam model tree, one of the frames, and it makes a nice mixing stick. Now once you've got that all mixed up, nice, just take the piece you're going to paint, take your brush. I would say to dip it in a little water just to make the tip as fine as you can get it, and to help the paint go on a little easier. And then you just get enough on the tip there. That might be a little much, but and you just sort of brush it on. And there you go. I mean, that's basically the idea. Now you might want to go at it a couple times, a couple coats, but basically there you have a nice green mono eye. Now after this dries, I'm going to add another coat, and after that dries, if it's enough, then I'm going to add some of this Pledge Future Shine polish as a top coat, and that will do 2 things. It will protect this paint from scratching off the plastic, and it will help give the eye a glossy sheen so it looks more like glass. And well, that's basically all there is to it. So, on to the next tutorial.